The calm brain, how neuroplasticity rebuilds focus after stress. The storm in the mind. There's a moment, somewhere between overthinking and exhaustion, when you realize your mind isn't quiet anymore. You wake up, check your phone, and before you've even taken a breath, your brain is already sprinting. Messages, noise, responsibilities, everything pulling your focus in 100 directions. You're not just tired. You're wired and weary at the same time. Your brain, once sharp and creative, now feels like a browser with too many tabs open. You start forgetting simple things. You can't finish a thought without another distraction hijacking it. And worst of all, you blame yourself. But here's the truth, this isn't weakness. It's neuroplasticity at work, just not in your favor. The hidden science of stress. When stress becomes constant, your brain literally rewires itself to survive it. The amygdala, your brain's alarm center, grows more active. The prefrontal cortex, your control room for focus, reasoning, and calm, begins to dim. The hippocampus, your memory hub, shrinks under the weight of chronic cortisol. You start reacting instead of responding, thinking in short bursts instead of long focus. Your brain learns to stay in emergency mode. This is survival wiring, but you don't have to stay there. Neuroplasticity means your brain can unlearn chaos and relearn calm. You can train it, guide it, and reshape it. One choice, one focus. One breath at a time, the brain's natural reset button. Here's something amazing. The human brain has what scientists call a default mode network, the mental system that activates when you're not focused on anything specific. It's your brain's idle mode, where it processes emotions, ideas, and memories. But when you never stop, when stress keeps you running 24/7, that network becomes overactive and noisy. Your mind loops old worries, regrets, what-ifs. To rebuild focus, you must teach your brain that rest is safe again. Because focus isn't born from pushing harder, it's born from stillness. Phase 1. Teach the brain to pause, start small. When you feel your thoughts racing, don't fight them. Observe them. That pause is neuroplastic gold. Each time you take a conscious breath and choose to pause instead of react, neurons in your prefrontal cortex start reconnecting. You're strengthening the pathway that says, I am in control. Even 30 seconds of awareness is enough to begin rewiring. Do it often and you'll notice the difference. Stress no longer hijacks your day as easily. You've taught your brain a new trick, to respond, not to panic. Phase 2. Strengthen the circuits of focus. Imagine your attention like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. Meditation isn't about emptying the mind. It's about building mental endurance. Each time your focus drifts and you bring it back, that's a rep. You're literally thickening neural connections in your prefrontal cortex, the same region responsible for decision-making, creativity, and emotional balance. Try this. Spend 5 minutes a day focusing on a single task, reading, listening, or even washing dishes with full attention. No phone, no multitasking, just presence. That practice alone can rebuild focus faster than caffeine or willpower ever could. Phase 3. Rewire with reward. When you're stressed, your dopamine system, the brain's reward pathway, becomes disrupted. You start chasing stimulation instead of satisfaction. Scrolling, snacking, shopping, anything that gives a quick hit. To rewire, you need to retrain your brain to enjoy simplicity again. Instead of asking, what gives me a rush? Twice ask, what gives me peace? The reward system responds to meaning just as powerfully as it does to novelty. Each time you engage in something fulfilling, walking outside, creating art, helping someone, journaling your gratitude, dopamine reinforces that as a valuable pathway. You're programming your brain to crave calm over chaos. Phase 4. Clear the mental clutter. Your brain can only focus on what it considers important. If everything feels urgent, nothing truly gets done. Start decluttering your mental space like you would your room. Write down what's truly essential today, just 3 things. Each completed task releases dopamine, training your brain to associate focus with success. And here's a secret. When you focus on less, your brain works better. It stops splitting its energy between dozens of half-done thoughts and begins mastering one thing at a time. That's not laziness. That's neurological optimization. Phase 5. Feed the brain. What it needs, neuroplasticity, doesn't happen in isolation. Your brain needs nourishment, literally. Movement increases blood flow and releases BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a protein that acts like fertilizer for your neurons. Sleep consolidates learning. Hydration and omega-3 fats build cell membranes. Every walk, every healthy meal, every night of good sleep. They're not luxuries. They're physical signals that tell your brain, we're safe enough to grow again. The turning point as your brain begins to calm. Something magical happens. You start noticing life again, the small details that stress once blinded you to, the sound of birds in the morning, the warmth of tea in your hands, the quiet moments between thoughts. They return. Your focus sharpens not because you're forcing it, but because your nervous system trusts you again. You've rebuilt the pathways that allow clarity, calm, and creativity to coexist. This is what a calm brain feels like, alert yet peaceful, disciplined yet soft. When you stop chasing, you start living. Modern life teaches us to chase everything. Deadlines, validation, goals, the next big thing. But the brain doesn't thrive in chase mode. It thrives in flow, that state of effortless focus where time disappears, and you feel deeply alive. Flow isn't a reward for working hard. It's a result of alignment, when your mind, body, and values move in harmony. And every time you train your attention, calm your breath, and choose peace over pressure, you're building the neural foundation for flow to happen naturally. That's not magic. That's neuroplasticity, your brain remembering what it was always meant to do. A message for the overthinkers. If you're someone who constantly feels on edge, always thinking about the next problem, always trying to be enough, this is your invitation to step back. Your brain doesn't need more stimulation. It needs more stillness. Stillness is not the absence of movement, it's the mastery of it. It's the moment your brain finally exhales and remembers how to function without fear. Neuroplasticity means you're never stuck being the anxious, distracted version of yourself. You can always become calmer, clearer, stronger, because your thoughts are not who you are. They're just the electrical patterns your brain has practiced. And you have the power to change the practice. The calm brain is not an escape. It's evolution. There's a reason we crave peace as we grow older. It's not weakness. It's wisdom. Your brain matures by choosing focus over frenzy, clarity over clutter, and meaning over noise. The calm brain isn't lazy, it's efficient. It knows when to act and when to pause. It knows that every deep breath, every small focus, every quiet victory is another step toward strength. You are not the storm, you are the sky that holds it. And the moment you remember that, your entire nervous system begins to align with peace. That's neuroplasticity in its highest form, the conscious creation of your inner world. Closing words, if you've been living in chaos, this is your sign to slow down. Not because the world will wait, but because you deserve to lead it with a clear mind. Your brain is ready to heal. It's listening to every choice you make. Every calm moment you create becomes a neural seed for clarity, joy, and focus to grow again. So take one deep breath right now. Inhale peace, exhale pressure, and as you do, know this, your mind is not broken. It's rebuilding. If this message spoke to you, help us grow this journey by subscribing to our channel. Together, we're creating a space where science meets soul, and where every story reminds you just how powerful your brain really is.